everyone, welcome back. It's Charlotte from At Charlotte's House, and today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite summer outdoor projects. I'm going to teach you how simple it is to make concrete planters. For $5, you can get a bag that's large enough to make 5-10 planters. It's really easy, it's really satisfying. Stay tuned. The first thing you're gonna need to find are things that you can use to make the mold. I typically just go to Goodwill, and I found that the shinier and the smoother it is, the better, and that often translates to plastic. So I have found all of these plastic bowls and cups, and the best part is that each of these was under $1. All right, once you have all your molds, start playing around. Which mold do you want to be the outside shape and which one do you want to be the inside? So once you've figured out how your planters are going to come together with your different containers, it's time to mix the concrete. There's lots of different types of concrete that you can work with. You can see that on the planters I have here, this is a very, very smooth finish, which is nice. Something like this is a little bit rougher, and it just depends on the aesthetic you're going for. There's also quite a difference in the price point. This smooth rapid set cement that I used is maybe $25 for a box, and then something like that will be more like $5 or $7 for a giant 60-pound bag. Now's the fun part, time to mix our concrete. I don't know if this makes any difference, but for some reason spraying it with cooking spray seems to me like it would help, so I do it. If you check the package, it'll give you a ratio. Usually that ratio is for the entire bag, and that's a little bit hard to work with. I will usually start with a cup or two of water and then slowly add my concrete. I'm looking for a consistency that's similar to a pudding, if not a little bit more watery. Add your water first. Concrete dust is not something you want to be breathing, so ideally you're going to have a mask. You probably should have gloves. Like I said, do as I say, not as I do. I have a couple cups of water in here, and I'm just going to start scooping. And I find that I'm never very good about cleaning up after myself with concrete, so I just use whatever kind of disposable container I have. This was right on hand. I use those big sort of utility buckets, but I always end up throwing them out. So let's see, you saw me add 4 scoops. That's still really watery, so I'm gonna keep on scooping. All of a sudden, you'll just notice that it starts to come together. So let's start with this one. I thought that was a really interesting shape. So I'm gonna pour the concrete right in. And then I've already forgotten which one I'm putting inside there. I think maybe I said this one. There we go. Now, you can see what sometimes happens. You see how that middle bowl wants to come out? I find that it's sometimes helpful to have some rocks or some pebbles, just something that can weigh it down for you. So I'm going to get that in a minute. I'm going to add a little bit more concrete to the perimeter here. And then, like I said, this sets so fast that I want to work quickly and get onto the other molds. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm just looking for something that I can plunk in there that might weigh it down a little. Perfect. Okay. Same thing here. One thing I haven't mentioned that is important is that I always try to give my molds a little tap, and what this does is if there's any air bubbles in there, that kind of helps take care of them. If you want to smooth out the top, now's the time to do it. How easy was that? That took maybe 10 minutes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 planters ready to go. I have most of the bag of concrete left over. I could make planters for miles. Here we are. Now, these have been sitting here for a while. So let's see. That is so pretty. Now, this is always the tricky part. This is the only container I use that is breakable. So what I'm gonna do is get a rubber mallet and try to tap it. That should be enough. Hold on. Turns out I don't have a rubber mallet. What do you think? One down. Let's try to get these ones loose. So now I'm gonna go back with my drill. I'm gonna drill a hole right through the middle just so they have a little drainage, and then I'm ready to plant them. These are some of the finished products. Tell me they are not adorable. I have 6 planters here, but I have about 5 others scattered around, so that gives you an idea of how far that bag of concrete goes. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, everyone.